All right, today is December the 2nd, 2015. We're watching the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop. And today there's a storm, very large storm system moving right into the west coast. We have a front that's just very, very intense with rain. Let's take a look at this on the IR map real quick, the infrared map. You can see a lot of red. And some of this is moving into Northern California right here. The most of it is working its way into Oregon and Washington, and also we have a few pockets of rain moving through central California. Now today in Los Angeles we had a lot of chemtrail aerosols in the skies all day, pretty intense uh, spraying going on all day, and of course I put a little video up documenting that. We had very low humidity as a result of all that spraying, and that's the intent of the aerosols, is to lower the humidity while these artificial high pressures are installed offshore to block the fronts and so forth. The chemtrails do the other half of the job of keeping the upper atmosphere dry so that we don't get any rain like what's happening up here in the northern part of the state. So it's a two-pronged approach. They use the high pressure, the HAARP-generated high pressure, or microwave, if depending on if it's a hurricane. And then they use the chemtrails to sponge up all the residual moisture out of the atmosphere. So today we had about 15% humidity, and that when I recorded that video, and that's fairly low. That's very, very low and very odd when you have this situation going on right offshore with this type of a front. All right, so we've got a HAARP transmitter right here that's breaking up, disrupting the jet stream to interrupt this flow, which would otherwise continue to feed this system right here. And then we have another second system. This is another storm right here, right on the heels of this one. We've got high pressure right here. It's hard to see, but they've got a transmitter right here. And that is to keep these two from getting together and forming into one big system. All right, so let's look at the jet stream map right now. And we can see that this is not actually very accurate right at the moment. This is being disrupted right here. And then we have that storm. So this is really not accurate, but this is how they're depicting where the flow is moving. All right. So let's go on to the, this is the infrared loop. And we don't see that disruption and all the hanky-panky in this mode. All we can determine in this map is how intense the precipitation is on this chart. But if we go back to the water vapor loop, we can certainly see that there is heat being applied right here in this part of the jet stream, and that's going to interrupt the flow into this storm system. So that's the mission, is to break up this frontal system and to keep the rain out of the west coast, mainly California. A lot of chemtrails all through here. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. Let's look at the, this is the surface analysis map. And we can see very large storm system, cold front right here. And we have got a 969 millibar tag here. So this is a very strong storm with a very large front. And then we have high pressure right here, 1023 millibar, and that's going to block this front from moving into the Southern California area right here. Right along this point right here is where LA is, right there. And then right on the heels of this one, we have a 959 millibar storm right here. And then in between these two, we have these ridges of high pressure, which we were looking at on the water vapor map. So they've got high pressure installed in between these two systems. And we have, this is a developing storm right in this area. Apparently they're identifying this as a developing storm. And then this area up here is a storm. So let's go back again and look at this and see what's occurring. They're calling this area right here an established storm, but it looks like right here, this is another system that is developing, and this is that developing storm right here, starting to spin counterclockwise. And that's another reason why they've got this HAARP transmitter right here, is to break this down, to put heat on that, and prevent it from moving into California. So we've got pressure building. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. I'm going to take a look at my barometer. Okay. Currently we've got 30.05 inches. At our altitude, we're at about 2,000 feet. Okay, so we've got 30.05, and that is just a little bit lower than it was yesterday. We were at 30.07. Okay, so the pressure's been raised. We can see what's happening here. We've got high pressure installed all through here. All right, let's now this is the water vapor loop for the western U.S. We can see the intensity of this system here, and also this developing storm right here. We've got heat being applied right here. That's pretty obvious. Okay, and let's move on to, this is the infrared loop. You can see some of that rain moving through central California. It's breaking up as it moves into Nevada. Okay, here's the ocean swell report. We've got 25-foot swells right off the coast of Oregon and California from that one storm. That'll bring some very high surf. They're forecasting 10-foot surf for the next few days. All right, back to the southwest map. This is the water vapor loop. This is Southern California right here. And we can see a lot of chemtrail activity right here. We'll take a better look at this here in a second. That is the rainbow loop for Southern California. A few pockets of rain moving through to the north. This is Point Conception right there, Vandenberg Air Force Base. All right, let's look at the, this here is MODIS today, MODIS today, which has some pretty good maps showing the chemtrail activity. And what we're looking at right now is parts of Central and Southern California. This is Point Conception. Vandenberg Air Force Base is right here. And we have the Channel Islands. But look at all the chemtrail spraying going on today, offshore and onshore. There are streaks everywhere. And this photograph was taken, look over here, same thing. A lot of chemical aerosol spraying all day long. LA is right here. This is Los Angeles, greater Los Angeles right here. Palos Verdes Peninsula, Malibu out here, Catalina. They're not showing any spraying in this area, but there was spraying all over the place. So this photograph was taken probably early on. I talked to some people, and they were telling me that it was they were spraying. The jets were out spraying last night at 2 a.m. in the morning. All right, so you get an idea. They were just very busy today, spraying all over the place. There's not really any real clouds except for right here. These are real clouds. The real white stuff is those are real clouds. All the rest of this stuff is chemtrail mix. Okay, next thing is the this is the 500 millibar pressure map, and we can see where the high pressure is installed on the west coast. All through here, we've got this trough of low pressure, which will probably have to ride up and over these ridges because there is so much high pressure here that we will not probably see any rain in Southern California. All right, so that's pretty much it for today. We will go ahead and do another update tomorrow. All right.